Forewarned weather with Ashlee Baracy.
Well, as you're waking up this morning, you might need to give yourself a couple extra minutes on the roads because we are tracking some rain crossing the area. Line of showers from South Bend, Indiana through Kalamazoo, Lansing, Jackson up towards Saginaw, and now pushing into portions of Livingston County and that northwestern tier of Washtenaw County. So rain showers will continue to push eastward. I will say that I put our lightning tracker on. We're not picking up any lightning strikes, so there was some thought that there might be a rumble of thunder or two, but as of right now, this is just a rain event. But we will have gusty winds. So as this line crosses, it's coming with a cold front. Winds pick up with that, and we could see some winds around 30 miles per hour. The gust, that is. Sustained winds closer to about 15 miles per hour. Then the rain chances will change to snow chances by the tail end of the weekend because we're going to have a series of cold fronts here that are going to usher in cooler air, and with a low pressure system that brings us some moisture and instability. Well, that's when we could see our first measurable snow of the season. We'll get to that in a moment, but that Arctic blast surely will give us our first taste of winter, snow or not, because we will have wind chill readings as low as 10 degrees by Monday morning. But for now, it's a mild morning. 48 degrees at Metro Airport. We're seeing some activity live with our camera. 46 degrees in Ann Arbor, 50 in Lapeer, and same in Monroe. So for today, we rise to close to 60. I think we top out upper 50s. There's an isolated rain chance this evening, but for most of us, we see a break in the clouds by late afternoon, early evening. Those wind gusts will be between about 25 to maybe 30 miles per hour this afternoon. We've already clocked a couple close to 30 miles per hour this morning, with those sustained winds around 15 miles per hour. Breaking down the rain for you, though, as we will progress throughout the next hour or two. That's going to be crossing the area. So by 8, 9 o'clock, we have that line of moderate to definitely steady showers crossing the east side, with the clearing line, the back edge, by 11 a.m. So that's when we're drying things out, and you can put that umbrella away. Clouds break by the dinner hour, and then we'll just have that isolated kind of stray shower chance that you blink, you miss kind of thing for Saturday. But Saturday night going into Sunday is when really the bulk of the activity starts to amp up with our first taste of winter. So overall timeline, I think we start to see some snow mixing with rain come Sunday morning, but it will very much vary across the area depending on where you're at. We'll look at that in a moment. The snow will be more probable across the area by Sunday afternoon, evening. Accumulation, probably a dusting to 2 inches because there are variables. There will be melting, there'll be rain mixing in, and the track of the low. And then those wind chills, as mentioned, by Monday morning will be brutal for kids at the bus stop. So here's that isolated chance going into your Saturday morning, but Saturday night with that rain starting, you see how it changes over to snow for our western suburbs by late morning, and then we'll have a better chance of this being more kind of off and on snow chances by late in the day. So this is just a very early call, as we'll be fine tuning with high resolution data that comes in through the weekend, but it will vary from anywhere from a dusting to about 2 inches across southeastern Michigan by the time we get into your Monday morning. Highs Sunday, Monday only in the 30s. We do start to climb out of it next week, but will remain below average in the 40s. Even though we are going to be trending above average today, that comes to a screeching halt into the weekend as temperatures are taking a tumble. You can see here we'll be dipping back below average and nearly falling almost 10 degrees kind of day by day. And so we'll be in the upper 40s tomorrow. We'll be upper 30s right around 40 for your Sunday, and then not even getting out of the 30s for highs come Monday. So a blast of Arctic air will bring our first taste of winter regardless of what kind of precipitation you're going to see this weekend. But we want to make sure you're prepared for that in just a moment. Otherwise, your Friday afternoon will be warmer than average, 59 degrees. We will clear out a little bit of the cloud cover after some rain through the morning. Now we're going to have dry conditions for the afternoon, and we will have an isolated shower possible late this evening, but it's just that, very isolated, not widespread. Winds will be whipping, though, today. Kind of used to that by now. It's been such a windy last couple of weeks, but we will have 25 to 30 mile per hour wind gusts on tap. So here's another sneak peek at that weekend forecast. Clouds sticking around Saturday with just an isolated rain chance until we get in the later part of the evening and at night when rain rolls in. Then we start to see a changeover from rain to snow when the temperatures fall closer to the freezing mark. But the onset of that will be rain, given that we will be warmer than freezing. So an overall timeline, which we're going to be fine tuning over the next 48 hours, but likely starting as a mix. Some folks seeing snow, some just rain come Sunday morning. And then as those temperatures fall, it'll be a little bit more of a widespread snow event, but it could be more so bands, not necessarily dealing with the snow that'll be persistent throughout the entire afternoon. So what does that mean? Because there's so many factors. Well, the accumulation looks to be anywhere from a dusting to about 2 inches. And this is still an early call with that because of the factors of the fact that the ground is not frozen. And so you're going to see the melting with that. And then you have rain cutting in on any kind of accumulation in some areas, and the track of the low. The farther south it goes into Ohio, we're on the colder northern tier of it. If it was to just move a little farther north, then we're in a warmer sector. And so that could dictate the type of precipitation we see. Otherwise, we are going to be near 10 degrees for feels like temperatures by Monday. So that's why I said no matter what kind of precipitation you get, it's going to feel like winter. So we have the morning cold front that pushes out. Then we have some drier conditions that will last as we go into your Saturday until Saturday night when the rain arrives. There's that low to the south, putting us in the colder sector and bringing some snow to our west and rain to the east and a mixture in between. That's a little snapshot by late morning Sunday. And then you start to see more blues because of the colder air going into the later part of your Sunday and throughout the day Monday with some lake effect snow bands that will continue. So this is a kind of just a very generic map here where it shows a better chance for a mix for our eastern suburbs, better chance for snow the farther northwest you go. But I think this is a little more likely, at least at this point today, looking ahead to Sunday into your Monday, maybe up to 2 inches in the northwestern tier of Washtenaw and Oakland counties up towards Howell and Flint, and just a dusting for the east side. Of course, you could have some isolated pockets outside of that range, but overall, that's probably a little more likely because of the factors that we're looking at. Now, to be a measurable snow, you have to have a 1/10 of an inch or more. That's looking pretty probable. So the first typically average measurable snow we see of the season, November 16th. So we're inching close to that date, but this would be a little ahead of schedule. Your full forecast shows that after today, well, we stay below average for the next 6. So we'll be in the 40s through the weekend, 30s to start next week, overnight lows in the 20s with those wind chills, anywhere from 10 to 15 degrees cooler come Monday and Tuesday morning. So make sure you go in the closet, find your kids' winter jacket so you're ready for next week at the bus stop, and then we will be climbing out of it, but still upper 40s by the mid to end of next week.